this is going to be better than 10 Super Bowls, but I don't want to oversell it. So the whole learning thing, right? What is the deal with talent? We're going to talk more about that, right? We think we have some sort, not with talent, but the lack of talent that I'm going to guess most of you seem to think you have. Why can't I get past this certain thing? And what is the solution? Well, the solution is I need to be born with something I don't have. I mean, I guess you can try to go back in time or something and be born, but other than that, there's nothing to do about it. But what if there are solutions? What if there are amazing solutions? What if we figured out a lot more than we think we know? So I'd like to start with, because a lot of the stuff I'm talking about, in fact, well, most of it is from cognitive science. About 10% of it is from neuroscience. Neuroscience doesn't know a lot about how learning works. It knows a lot about, well, not a lot about, it knows a lot of things about the brain, but it's just, a little crack in the door right now, what we can see going on in there. But the few things that we do know from neuroscience are just affirmations about neurobiology of what we know in cognitive science. It's really about cognitive science. Cognitive science studies how the brain learns. And I will echo what many, many, many cognitive scientists say and have been saying for some time. Why, oh why are we not teaching this to kids in school? Why does this not govern our teaching practices? Why do we keep reforming education and doing all these different things with it, trying to get it right, when we truly have the answers? And that's what I'm here talking about this week. I'm not particularly smart in any way. I just read stuff that other people don't read. And then I kept reading and I kept digging underneath and I kept trying it out on myself. And at the time I was a high school teacher, so I had tons of students in front of me. Once I tried it on myself and it worked, and I would roll it out to them and figure out how to teach it with large groups of people. And that's a really great learning environment. Teaching is a great thing for learning. And I can't figure out why people won't use it. In fact, there is a researcher named Dempster who wrote this big, long article about why he was talking about spacing. Anyone who's seen me so far thinks I'm from NASA. I talk so much about space. Seriously, spacing, like mass repetition, isn't as good as spacing out your repetitions. We'll talk more about that in a minute. And he goes on and on in this article, why are we not doing it? By the way, I'll give the details in a bit, but spaced repetition is largely the cure for testing anxiety and stage fright, which is pretty much the same thing as testing anxiety.